I've decided to have an extra night in Esquel. I'm heading up to a lagoon which I've been told is amazing, and because I've got the blue skies, the sunshine, I thought why not. But I thought I'd start at the train station because today is, at this time, 10 o'clock in the morning, the old railway of Patagonia, one of the most famous things in this area. So it only runs, from what I believe, once a week, and I'm going to try and get to the front of it without paying. So this is a tourist train. Look at all that smoke. And this is off season, just once a week at this time, so I'm looking to catch it. Wow. And it's got a certain route that goes through a bit of Patagonia, through the mountains, through the valleys. And that's one of the reasons I decided to stay. Now, the reason I won't do it is, I think I saw the price of the day in the last video, but 165,000 pesos just for a train ride. So that is expensive. But look at that. And I got a beep. Wow. That's an old engine. So basically it's going backwards and forwards, so it's going to go back a bit to get the rest of the tracks, whatever you call them, wagons. But already on the platform, there's a lot of people. So I've come onto the track. Nobody's asked me for a ticket yet, so you can see behind me there's a lot of people. And the train itself is just getting its last of its wagons. People pay good money to do this. And here it is. Got my camera out as well and everything. How cool is that? And yeah, lots of people who can afford it. A full experience. So while all these people are paying to get the train to go through the mountains, to see the lagoons, to see the mountains, I'm going to walk here. So much cheaper. So that was La Trochita, and you can just see the smoke of the train still going. People are still getting on. The old railway of Patagonia. And if you're thinking Stu's introduction was a bit fast, a bit hectic, it's because I was in the hostel having my free breakfast. When I looked at the time, went, oh, I need to go. So I've just basically ran, well, not run, to get here as quickly as I could to get the train, which I think I managed just in time. But I am going to go for a trek. So the lagoon that I want to go to is about an hour's walk, probably just a little bit more for me. It's been recommended, and I know that when I go to Bariloche there's going to be so much there to see with the lagoons and scenery, but Patagonian weather, not always the best. So I woke up this morning with the idea, if there was blue skies, there was sun, I was staying, I was going to go. So let's go. I have got headphones. I've got a couple of podcasts to listen to keep me occupied. And along the way, I'll stop and show you the views that I see. So this is the start of the climb. You can see the views behind me. Absolutely stunning. And that is the way I'm going. Already, it's a steep climb. I'm going that away through the mountains. And although the map says an hour to get to the lagoon, it's obviously been designed by someone that is half my age, that does marathons for a living. So yeah, I'm going to do about 1 hour 20, an hour and a half. But this weather is beautiful, perfect. Even though this morning when I came out at 7:30, it was 3 degrees. 3 degrees. I had a flashback to my hometown of putting the bins out in winter and going, it's cold. That's how I felt this morning. But it's warming up now. I can feel my heart starting to go with the exercise. I thought I'd stop, get my breath back, and just show you a bit of this, the town. And in the background you can just see the smoke of the old railway of Patagonia. So they're not even going to go and see the lagoon that I'm going to be going to. I bet they're all jealous. But it's beautiful. And then you've got the snow on top of the mountains up there. Oh, it's steep. So I think I'm just over halfway. It has been a steady climb. This is the trail I'm doing. There's someone in front of me running, which is crazy. And I think we can just see a bit more of the view. So all this track has just got trees, woods all around. The map did take me through a bit of woods. I was hoping to see a bit of wildlife, but unfortunately not seeing anything. But I'm doing well. I mean, this morning I was thinking about going for a run. I'm so glad I didn't. I'm just looking forward to the views. And I am officially over halfway, I think. And look at that, they've built a seat with a viewpoint just for me. Bless them. I am going to use this because it's well needed. Oh, I keep forgetting that I'm over the age of 25 now. Wow, that's gorgeous. Right, I'm going to sit here for the next 5 minutes, just appreciate this view. And I'm nearly there. It's not been too bad. It's been more flatter than anything else. But this is the entrance to Laguna La Zeta. Now, on the way, there's been plenty of dog walkers, like that one there. So there's loads of people just come up here to have a little walk. And plenty of vehicles as well. So it's a natural reservoir, and I think it's just down here. But the pathway has got more wider, less trees, so you can see the mountains all around It has been beautiful. And the time is now coming up to 12 o'clock, which means just over an hour and a half taken to get up here. And just through the trees you can just see the blue, the Laguna. You probably can't. I am getting closer, I can see it more through. Oh no, you can see it now there. And there's so many tracks. And there's a sign, Esquel, 4 kilometres. I think I've actually done about 3. So there is a house? I mean, if it's a cafe, whoa, it's my best day of my life, having a coffee up here. But it's just so peaceful. So signs in Playa Muel. No idea, but I think let's go this way, mainly because there's a car park and then there's a path down to the Laguna. So here's the map. I mean, that's quite big. And I think I can see a viewpoint just down there. And even now it looks absolutely stunning. There it is. So I'm going to get to that viewpoint there. Wow. Hello guys. So out of all the horses around here, that one's only one with a bell around its neck. Makes it feel special. Wow. And this is Laguna La Zeta. 3 kilometers to get here. And so worth it. From the colours of the sky, the mountains, and the nature. So I found a little seat to sit on, a little table to appreciate the view. And before I came up, I bought myself a bottle of water and a little chocolate bar to get my energy back up. So I'm gonna have that as my treat for being here. So I've just walked around the lake a little bit. Behind me there's a bit of a beach, sandy sort of place. You got a few guys with canoes about to go out. Just been watching the dogs chasing a stick into the lake. But this is a view from around here. So you got the snow mountains behind the trees there. And then you've got this view here. Amazing. And there's plenty of people around here. There's people on mountain bikes cycling around, people walking the dogs. And they've all driven up. There's a few cars in the car park. And this is, I would say, off season for the tourist season. And if you think that, if you come here in the height of summer, this place would be packed. And I've been sat down over there by the viewpoint, just watching the world go by for about half an hour, just the peace, the quietness, the tranquility. It's just been just amazing. And that's why I travel, for places like this. And obviously wherever you go, there has to be the sign that you get your Instagram picture taken against. Esquel. And this looks like a bit of a busier part. It's time to go. It's just after 2 o'clock. I think I've been here for about 2 hours. Why not? And as you walk out, you've got a map of, I keep saying Laguna, but it is a lake. And there is an English little translation of Lake La Zeta, and it calls it a small lake. But there's various routes around here that you can do. I've not done any of them. I've just walked all the way over there and back. But you've got various 7 kilometers, 1 kilometer, and the one that takes you back into the town, 3.8. One of the reasons I did spend a bit of time here was I met two Welsh teachers with a bunch of school children, 16, 17-year-old, and they've been over here from Puerto Madryn to here, seeing the Welsh side of Patagonia. I was just chatting to them for about a good 15 minutes. The kids seem to have loved it over here, but they got a taxi up here and they're getting a taxi back. I'm walking back. Now the main reason I am going back is because I need to go to a coffee shop and use their Wi-Fi, because the hostel that I'm staying in, although very comfortable, very homely, good night's sleep, free breakfast, which is amazing, their Wi-Fi is the worst I've come across in South America on this trip. Really bad. Now I don't think that is a cafe. I think it's somebody's house with toilets on the back. So yeah, so I'm going to go back down to the coffee shop to do my YouTubing, and this gives a good chance to say thank you to all the people who have donated to my Buy Me a Coffee donation page, which means I can actually pay for coffee and not feel guilty about my budget. And I usually would name them, but there are so many and I feel a bit bad about that. But if you have donated, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you do want to donate to help me with my travels, then all you got to do is follow the link that's in the description. But yeah, time to go. About an hour to get back. It's going to be quicker this time, and you can see I'm out of breath already. It's just because I've been chilling for the last couple of hours. But if you've enjoyed this little trip, the train in the morning, the views from here, which is amazing. I'm not seeing any wildlife apart from the horses, but it's been an amazing day. I am so glad that I woke up this morning and decided to stay an extra night. It's been worth it. And if you'd like to press that like button, and if you want to see where I'm off to tomorrow, it is Bariloche. I am heading there, and I've been told the nature on there is just as good. So subscribe. But until the next time, I do have my AirPods to shove in and listen to music as I go down. So bye bye for now.